What's up, guys? Welcome to yet another edition of the Silver Surge Sports Enthusiast and Pop Culture channel. I am your host, Silver Surge, coming back at you with a fresh new content video. And today I want to cover some food for thought over some Super Smash Bros. Related content. I want to get into some characters just for fun that I think were glossed over and never really taken seriously. That would have been great additions to the roster. Maybe even great DLC additions, but given the way Nintendo's headed, how they've been focused on third-party characters. I doubt these characters will ever actually happen. In fact, I'm pretty confident they won't ever happen. But it's still fun to speculate about what could have been, and I think I'm going to call this like a mini-series, Forgotten Fighters or something like that to those. I like Forgotten Fighters, so I think I'm going to stick with that. But I'm going to make like a 5 or 6 video little mini-series about specific characters that I think were never really paid much attention to by not only the fans, but by Nintendo and Masahiro Sakurai himself, which I think would be really, really good additions. But like I said, for some reason, nobody really gave them much thought. So let's get right into it, though, guys. So the first character I'm going to go over is, surprise, a Pokemon character, if you haven't guessed by my little Pokeball sitting in the corner here. But it's going to be from Pokemon Colosseum. And that is, without a doubt, the darkest game that was ever in the series. That came out back in 2004 on the Nintendo GameCube, and it focuses around a character by the name of WES. He's a anti-hero. He starts off as a villain, but is fighting the villains from a team he used to be a member of called Team Snag'em. And they have this machine called the Snag Machine, and it goes on your arm, and it allows you to steal Pokemon from other trainers and make them your own. So Wes becomes, I guess, a hero, and he blows up the hideout from Team Snag'em, and he embarks on this journey to save Pokemon from a evil manufacturer company of some sort that turns Pokemon into shadow Pokemon. So basically what that does is it basically turns them into evil versions of themselves that are super powered, and they have like a dark black purple aura around them. Supposedly they have the doors to their hearts closed, I guess that's what they say. And your job is to purify them, capture them, and use them against the evil villains in the series that are basically having a master plan of wreaking havoc across the Ore region with shadow Pokemon. So it's a really fun game, very underrated, and I think that personally the game just wasn't given much attention after. There was a sequel that was made called Pokemon XD Gale of Darkness, which I think came out 1 or 2 years later. But overall, I think Pokemon Colosseum is painfully underrated, and no one really talks about it, which makes me kind of sad because of how good I thought the game was. But anyway, without rambling on too much, Wes is the character I was referring to. I think he'd be a really great addition to the Super Smash Bros. Ultimate series. Given how he would work kind of like the Pokemon trainer, he'd have his own Pokemon at his disposal that he would rotate between. Like the Pokemon trainer who is pretty much Red from Pokemon Red uses Charizard, Squirtle, and Ivysaur, whereas Wes from Colosseum would use, I think, Espeon and Umbreon as a rotational set, so you could play as 2 evolutions. So I really do think people would love that concept. And let's be honest, who wouldn't like the concept of shooting a Psybeam or Shadow Ball attack at Mario as Espeon or Umbreon, and then grabbing them with your mouth and tossing them in the air, whipping them with your tail, using Swift, whatever. I think that would be really, really well received by the Smash community and Pokemon fans alike. And although we do have too many Pokemon characters representing as it is, I think we have now 8 with Incineroar. I do still think that Wes would be a tremendous choice. I really do think people would love him, and he would just be that unique character that kind of unites the past to the present. And given how you use 2 Johto Pokemon, so it kind of paves the way from, like I said, past to present, because the Pokemon trainer has 3 Kanto Pokemon, and then you've got characters from other Pokemon series like Greninja from Gen 6. You've got Incineroar from Gen 7. So the only Johto Pokemon you really have representing is Pichu, which is a pre-evolution of Pikachu. So I really think Espeon and Umbreon from Wes would be a really, 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 really popular choice. And I don't see why they ever gave him at least a look, why he wasn't ever brought up in any discussion videos by anybody, or even for that matter, just like I said, given an idea. Nobody relatively ever talked about Pokemon Coliseum or WES, and I think that if he was added to the game and he came with his own stage from the Ore region, it would be, oh man, I'd be on cloud nine. Especially if they chose a specific part of the region, which is the Under, um, and that is like this underground city that's run by the thugs of the whole region, and it's just like neon lights and these little sleazy shops, and it just feels like the ghetto down there. It would be a really cool stage to battle on. And I really just think that there's so much opportunity that was missed from the Pokemon Coliseum universe that could be implemented into Smash Bros. And I really wish they would have given it some more thought. Maybe perhaps in a future Smash Brothers game. I do think this is Masahiro Sakurai's last Smash Bros. I really, really do believe that in my heart. He's pulled out all the stops, getting all these characters in, and he's still not done adding characters. But I think when he is done with Ultimate, I think he's going to step down. And perhaps, since Nintendo is a cash cow, they might pick up Smash Bros. In like 5, 6 years again and reboot it. And if they did that, I think adding WES would be a really, really smart move to start because, like I said, people love the evolutions. Granted, it is only 2 of the 8 current forms, I think. But like I said, there's just so much to love about that character possibility, and I really do believe that Pokemon Coliseum needs to be given a second chance. In fact, I really think they even need to just remake Pokemon Coliseum on the Switch. I would love to run around the Ore region with current up-to-date graphics, kind of like Sword and Shield has, as WES, or even just a secondary character in the Ore region, and battle Shadow Pokemon, and just kind of reboot the story. I just think that would be a huge, huge opportunity for Nintendo to kind of revisit adding them to Smash, then redoing the game. It would just be so much going for Pokemon and Nintendo. And like I said, I just think it's a huge missed opportunity. But yeah, that's just a dream scenario. There's not really any realistic thought that's behind that. I don't think it will ever happen. But I can always make a Mii fighter in Ultimate and go from there. I'm sure people have already done that. But anyway, that pretty much concludes this first video of my Forgotten Fighters and little mini series. So I hope you guys enjoyed. It's not really anything, like I said, to really sink into your teeth into, but it's kind of, like I said, little interesting, fun little tidbits to talk about. So until we get our new character, there's not much else we can really go over and speculate about except for new rumors that might come out in the next coming weeks before we get a January Direct. So we'll see. But anyway, thank you for watching, guys. Hope you enjoyed my content. If you did, please be sure to hit that like and subscribe button at the very bottom of the screen. Otherwise, you guys have a great rest of your day. Take care, and I will catch you all next time. Silver Surge, signing out.